I did the inevitable. I did the thing I wasn't supposed to do. I used AI instead of hiring an actual person. Anyhow, I'm Rachel. I'm the owner of RoseManifestations if you are new here, and here is why I used ChatGPT instead of actually paying somebody. Simple answer, I'm $2,000 in debt. I don't have money to pay somebody. I'm trying to make money. But I needed help to kind of get my Etsy store back on track, start kind of helping me out with SEO and just things that are going to improve my Etsy shop because I clearly wasn't figuring it out. And again, I'm $2,000 in debt. I didn't have money to pay somebody. I wanted to go over everything that I did last month in July to kind of revamp the Etsy shop itself, and then I want to do another video of social media and kind of revamping that aspect. So the first thing on here that ChatGPT told me when I gave it my Etsy URL and said, help me fix this basically, was the bio and about page. Upgrading the shop story to be more captivating, kind of getting everything to grab your attention a little bit more. So like our shop title has changed to Magical Melts, Sacred Scents, and Healing Stones. And then with the like story or shop story that you can have on Etsy, basically saying why you make these products, why you run your business, what I did is I had already written in there of like, you know, I would melt Bath & Body Works candles and pour the melted wax into silicone ice cube molds, and I did that to combat my mental health at the time. And then boom, with TikTok, you know, crystal shops, everything, I was like, I want to do it. So basically what I did with all I had already written for my shop story, I took it over to ChatGPT and said, refine this. And this is what we have. Let me grab this so I'm not looking over. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm the heart and hands behind RoseManifestations. My journey with candles started in middle school, during some of the hardest moments of my life. Battling anxiety and depression, I melt down Bath & Body Works candles and pour them into silicone ice cube molds. It was my escape, my therapy. One day, my mom said, you can make your own candles someday. That moment planted a seed that's now grown into this soul-led business. In 2020, everything changed. With the rise of TikTok, I discovered the world of crystal businesses and realized I could build something bigger than I'd ever imagined. A space that blended my passion for fragrance with my growing spiritual path. The same year, I began my spiritual awakening and twin flame journey. I dove deep into the world of divination, manifestation, candle magic, and energetic healing. That's when the name RoseManifestations came to me. It felt like a divine download, a calling I could no longer ignore. Fast forward to 2024, I turned 18 in February, and by March, I eventually launched this business. It's already been the most rewarding decision of my life. I've always felt that my soul's purpose is to help others heal. I never knew how until this. Whether it's a calming candle, a crystal charged with intention, or a TikTok video that resonates at just the right time, I wanted to be a gentle guide and reminder that you're never alone on your journey. RoseManifestations isn't just a shop, it's a growing community of sensitive souls, spiritual seekers, and everyday people learning to live with more intention, magic, and love. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm so glad you're here. Rachel. And basically that was everything that I said. It just no longer sounds like a middle schooler wrote it. But so we did that, and I love it so much more. And it's literally the gist of what I had written. It was just more refined. I really liked that I was able to use ChatGPT to help me with that, because as much as I like to think I could write that, I could not. I know that for a fact. I know it. But I like to think that I could do it. So we upgraded that, and I love it. And then the second thing that ChatGPT told me was the logo and banner. upgrade it, make it look a little bit more, give it more earthy tones, make it look a little bit more mystical and clean. So here's our new logo. So we did a dark green color, which has now kind of been adopted as the colors for Rose Manifestations, a signature rose, and then we added the moon cycles to make it look a little bit more like a metaphysical shop, you know? And then the banner I created a little bit ago and I just never uploaded it. If I can insert that above my head, I will, or maybe on my face, I don't know. I really liked working, I do those on Canva actually, that's what I was about to say. I love working with Canva's, love her. I did get Canva Pro to be doing some of this stuff, so just a fair warning. I think the banner, I did that before I had Canva Pro, but at least the logo, that I did with Canva Pro. So, sorry if you don't have Canva Pro, but you can, if you sign up for Canva Pro on canva.com, you get 30 days free trial, as like, I think it was 30 days. Something like that, as like through the app was not as many days. Anywho, moving on. So the third one was product photography. So I went to Walmart, I went to At Home, and I got supplies. Okay, because ChatGPT told me that they wanted, you know, I should have cohesive, neutral or soft, cohesive photos, neutral or soft tone backgrounds, and detailed close-ups and stuff like that. It also said lifestyle shots. I have not done that yet, just because I need to allot time for it. I'm going to be using different materials that cost money, different things that I can't do at the moment, but I will definitely do. So basically I put myself on a budget and I said, I'm gonna go to these places and get these things, and I love how the photos turned out. Here's one of them. I'm really hoping I figure out how to insert photos like this, or else I'm just gonna look stupid. Anyhow, lifestyle shots, I really do want to do them, but like I said, that costs money a little bit, because like if I'm using a product, like out of all of my crystal candles that I have personally, there's only one new one because I haven't used them all yet, and that's abundance, and also that means I take more of my product to sell. But anyhow, you get what I'm saying. I did product photos over a few different days. It didn't take me too long, but a huge thing is we were having a heat wave in Ohio at the time, so like especially for my candles, soy wax starts to melt at 80 degrees and it's like 90 outside. So I would take a candle from the basement where it was cold, come up outside, and there would be condensation on the candle. Crazy. Anyhow, and you can kind of see that in some photos, but it's fine. I really did like taking new product photos. Normally I just like go outside and take like a photo of a product with grass behind it, and I still always thought they looked good, but like these were a different level. I like it. They look more professional, because I am not a professional. So fake it till you make it, girl. But that brings us to our next step, which was just everything. Took me the longest time too. Was our fourth tip is listings glow up. So, natural sounding titles, emotional hooks, how to use, care tips, stuff like that. So, I did that. I went through almost every single one of my listings. I think there's maybe like 2 or 3 that I didn't do, just because at the end of July I ran a big sale and I wanted to wait to see if they sold or anything like that. So I still need to go back and do those, but doing all like 33 or whatever listings I have took me, I think, around 6 hours total to go through everything. So it definitely took time, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. But yeah, I went and redid titles. I reworded them, made them a little bit more cohesive. Emotional hooks, I did use AI for that as well, because I'm somebody that I cannot describe a scent. You could hold a gun to my head and I could not describe a scent. I'm somebody that I'm like, I could tell you the scent notes. So I used AI to give me an emotional hook with them and saying the scent notes and giving you a description of that scent. Because when you're going to buy a candle online, you want something to make you visualize and to think of, what is this candle like? What is the environment it's giving me? And so I needed AI's help with that because I can't do that. So here, let me find you. So here's an example of what I said a strong emotional hook to ChatGPT, and then I was like, give me a strong emotional hook for a handmade gray ceramic candle made that has these scent notes, or whatever I said. And this is one of our candles. This is Day at the Spa, and this is what it told me, and I just copied and pasted it into Etsy. Awaken your senses and soften your spirit. This handmade candle blends zesty lemon, lime, and lemongrass with lush jasmine and black currant. Bright, energizing, and full of life. Grounded by patchouli and softened with sugar and powder, it's a scent of contrast and harmony. Poured into a modern gray ceramic vessel, it's not just a candle, it's a moment of clarity wrapped in warmth. Again, I could not make this shit. I could not. This is why I need AI. This is why I need people to do things for me in my life. I could never do that. Now, I did add in there to my gray ceramic candles of how many hours of burn time. So it does say that you get 50 plus hours of burn time. I didn't really put a how to use because you get a care card in your package. So I didn't feel like that was necessarily it should be in the description too. And same thing with the whole care tips. Now for the crystal candles, I did do a whole warning, how to use this, that, whatever else, because people get a lot of questions with the crystal candles just because you're burning it, there's dried botanicals, this, that, whatever else. I always think it's funny because you can tell when people ask me about them, about the fact that there's dried botanicals and that can start a fire, you can tell who does candle magic and who doesn't. Because if you do candle magic, you know that your candle's lighting on fire, basically. But I have on the Etsy listings, one of the photos, it has the card that you get with your candle telling you how to light it properly. But I also reiterated that also in the description, and also just how to cleanse it, how to put energy into it, this, that, whatever else. So far, I have loved doing this. Just even beyond that, just putting the work into my Etsy. So if you're I want to start an Etsy shop, can I have tips? Etsy always likes to see you active. So go in, do stuff every once in a while, change a listing a little bit, add a listing, whatever. But don't be discouraged because it will take up to 30 days to actually start to see action. So I was working on this from mid to late July. It is currently Saturday, August 2nd as I'm filming this. And I did just have a big sale. So I'm not really counting any of those for what I have done. But so I was planning on probably doing a little check-in about a month later from now. Sometime in September probably I will make a follow-up video on what I think this has done and how it has benefited my business. But I will say this was overall a 10 out of 10 experience. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Part of that's also just because I love my business. But if you're wanting to start a business and you're like me and you don't have money, use ChatGPT. It's pretty good. And if you're somebody that you're trying to revive your business, I feel again, this is also a pretty good tool because you're not spending money if you don't have money. And at least for AI, it's one of those things, if you only get so much from YouTube videos because it's not tailored to you specifically, as with using ChatGPT, I was able to give ChatGPT my URL to my Etsy shop and say what I need to do. And it's scanning my Etsy shop and telling me different things that I need to change. So I love that. It's like working with a person, but you're not going like as detailed, and you're obviously not paying a person. But I know when I do a website one day, I will pay somebody to do it for me, just because of all this, the whole SEO stuff of trying to, yeah. Anyhow, you think running a business is gonna be easy, like, but it's not. You would think listing your products would be the easy part. But anyhow, our next video that we are going to do is using ChatGPT to, or I should say next video in the series, using ChatGPT to kind of revamp my social media. Right now on TikTok is our main platform that we post on, and we're at a little over 3,000 followers, but I would really like to kind of get that up there a little bit more and start to see a little bit more sales come through. That's a major part of why we did this, and that's the other part of why I want to do social media. So our next video using ChatGPT will be social media, and especially probably ads. Hopefully. I need to order like $200 worth of crystals, so maybe not. But anywho, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, which you should, subscribe for more. And if you watched to the end of this video, give me an orange heart in the comment section. Anywho, bye, love ya.